My name is Oswaldo Gomez, O-S-W-A-L-D-O Gomez. I am a student attending Lincoln Park High School, going into my senior year, 17 years old. Today I'm here to give a little bit of a presentation on a project that myself and other students have been working on, which is forming a Chicago Student Union. In essence, what we're trying to do is we're trying to model this national movement that a lot of students are starting to be a part of, which is all about improving the education system in America. Obviously, as the Chicago Student Union, we focus on issues that affect Chicago and Chicago students. So we're here to give a little bit of an overview on what our next steps are going to be, what exactly we've been planning, the stuff that we want to accomplish, our responsibilities, and all of that as it relates to the organization that we're hopefully be creating soon. There's not enough input from the students or from any other place, because the Board of Education, the Chicago Board of Education, which basically controls the decision, basically makes the decisions that regard education in Chicago, they're just not acting in the best interest of students or the teachers or any other member. They just see it more as necessary cuts or necessary things that need to be accomplished, and they're not really looking for alternative solutions. So what we hope to accomplish is create more, give more power to the students, and saying, you know, our voice matters too, and this is something that obviously involves us, and as a priority of the city and the education system, we should have a say in what happens. As far as the quality of education, yes, it's definitely suffering. As far as my school goes, I won't necessarily be able to take 4 years of science, which is something that some colleges require of you. So, because they're cutting down certain courses in science that are electives, not necessarily graduation requirements, because we don't have enough money to pay for teachers or for extra hours, then I might not necessarily be able to go to the college I want to, or I might necessarily have as much of a chance. Another thing, of course, a lot of educators that I consider to be great educators, great teachers, or like I said, great counselors, are being fired, and they're not being replaced by anyone else. And if they are being replaced by somebody, they're being replaced by someone who's inexperienced, someone who is part of a program like Teach for America that doesn't necessarily have the same qualifications as a teacher. As far as budget cuts and school closings, well, a lot of the things that we need, whether it's pencils or a smart board or anything that we need to actually be active in the classroom, might be restricted of us, and we might even have to pay more money. A lot of schools are raising their fees, so that means that a lot of students won't be able to necessarily afford going to school or registering early, which means that a lot of their classes that they want, whether they're high level or college level classes, might not be available to them. I think our demands are very encompassing. First of all, we want more accountability from the Board of Education. The education system in America always talks about accountability of teachers, accountability of principals, of schools, and everything, but it rarely talks about the accountability of the people running the show, being the Board of Education. So we want to say, you know what, we want you guys to actually be responsible and accountable for anything that affects our education. We also want more student participation in everything that regards education, whether it's in each school, talking to principals, making decisions, or whether it's in the board, just having the ability to talk to the Board of Education, meet with them, discuss some of the solutions that we have, or discuss some of the solutions that they have.